William, we've been having a fantastic discussion. Who do you want to do a shout out to?
Hi, Michael. Yes, we've been having a really great conversation. My shout out goes to my daughter, India, and my son in law, John. They're on their second honeymoon in Europe. They work for me and my organization. They work very hard, doing very good work, helping me get the message out. And they were just in southern France, south of France, and now they've moved on to Italy. And they've just sent me a few pictures of them in Rome. And my heart is really with them. So, you say, who do I shout out today? It's just who comes to me. I love them dearly. Big part of my life. And so lots of love to you in India, to you and John.
Indy and John, here we go. I love doing the shout outs at the beginning. They're so fun. So, hey, everyone that's watching, we have William Whitecloud with us today. He is an amazing author, speaker, teacher, and he's going to talk to us about the best way to reach your highest potential. So, we're going to talk about creating realities. We're going to talk to us the difference between perception and tuition and all sorts of stuff. Law of attraction. William, welcome to the show.
Thanks so much for having me. I'm delighted to be here, especially after having had some really deep and interesting conversations with yourself and your producer, Tommy. Really happy to continue the conversation with everyone else here listening and looking at us.
Well, the thing that got me interested in you, and literally I was, scrolling through Facebook, watching, people talk about all kinds of things. And then all of a sudden I saw an ad, and your creative people came up with this. It says, law of attraction is brainless. And I'm like, whoa, 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 let's talk about this for a second. So let's jump into law of attraction. A lot of people know about law of attraction. Talk about why law of attraction is brainless for me.
Indeed, the concept of the law of attraction is very universal these days. And it's something, basically that I'm aligned with. And also, I've got vast experience in this. I've been teaching people creative development for 30 years now. And what we know from, as I say, from vast experience is there's a lot of misconceptions about the law of attraction, and it's kind of like half of it's right. And then there's, as I say, there's huge misconceptions. Like, for instance, the idea that your focus creates your reality. That is very true. Your focus does create your reality, you see. But the brainless, sort of clueless part of it, for many people, I'm not saying it, because I have friends who are huge law of attraction teachers like Joe Vitale and that. And very clever people do wonderful work, teach people to create amazing things. So I'm just saying the application and how many people who use the law of attraction fail at it because they have misconceptions about it. And so that what we call half wise, they know half of the truth. And here's the half of the truth of the law of attraction, that what you put your attention on will be attracted into your reality. No argument with me there. I see that all the time, and I help people create what they want in life. The problem is, though, that what you think you want isn't necessarily what you focused on. Because more deeply, you have to understand yourself at a deeper level. That's why there's that saying, know thyself, right? I mean, it's not there for nothing through the ages. Know thyself. Because what you think you're focused on, most of the time, isn't actually what you're focused on. It's what you can see, but why you're looking at it. Like, for instance, if you're choosing financial abundance, why? What's driving you? Is it an insecurity? Is it financial insecurity? Is it lack or whatever, right? Because if that's the case, if that's what's driving you, that's actually where your attention is. That's actually where the power is. That's where the energy is, as they say, truly. And so your subconscious, which creates your reality based on where it sees you focused, where you put the power, it goes, oh, right, okay. Financial insecurity, huh? Lack, huh? Scarcity, huh? Yeah, okay. Let's create more of that. And that is what happens. I really find this, that people that try and create money, they're obsessed with money, struggle to do it, And even if they get it, sometimes they lose it again because the underlying structure doesn't support them. It's the same with love. All these people looking for their soulmates, and you could make a lot of money like preying on people that are, desperate for love and that, right?
Right.
And tell them they should just focus on choose it and visualize their ideal mate and all that. But why are you doing that? Where's it coming from? Loneliness, whatever,
Mhm.
right? And if that's the case, emptiness, whatever, that's where the power is, and you create more of that.
So
And
you teach people how to get
you
past
just get
that
over
part of
and
it?
over again, people struggling. And can I just say this?
Yeah.
You see, what people are going to say to you is, oh, that's because you don't believe enough, or because you've got to change your beliefs and this and that, right? And get people working on things that are really futile, rather than understanding themselves and learning to come from a sense of completeness and wholeness, and create things for their own sake, not to fix themselves, you see. And that's a much more empowered way of going about it.
Let me ask you a question because there are three really awesome words that you use that I've seen and heard you use. And one is perception, one is intuition, and the other one is reality. Um, Now, a lot of people you've said confuse these words, especially all three of them. So, what is perception? What is intuition? And then what is reality?
Well, you see, I don't teach personal development or spiritual development. My background is creative development. I teach people to create things, and that's a beautiful thing, because when you become a powerful creator, the one thing that you sooner or later twig to is, you know what? I can create the life I want, not just
Mhm.
things, you see, and you start creating a life that really matters to you, that love, that like, allows you to live your bliss, right? So I'm in creative development, Michael. That's my background. And to be a powerful creator relies on clear, awareness, sound information, sound
Mhm.
reality. It all depends on information. You know that. It's just self-evident. If you're going to be a stock market player and you're going to be successful at it, you're going to rely on good information, right? You're going to be as good
Correct.
as your information. So when you're a creator, you rely on information, you see. And generally, what people don't know is they rely on shitty information, substandard
Okay.
information, because it's our default nature to live out of perception. What does perception mean? It means that we operate under different modes of awareness. There are different modes of awareness available to us. And
Okay.
a lower mode of awareness is perception. And perception is a subjective version of reality, you see. And you can get the meaning of perception by a saying that we have in English, which is, in politics, perception is reality. In Hollywood, perception is reality. In advertising, perception is reality. What that saying means is perception isn't reality, but in Hollywood, they take it as reality. And in Washington, perception isn't reality, but in at Washington, they assume it is, you see. So it's kind of a diluted version of reality, because perception is a subjective version of reality. It's actually a way of seeing things filtered through your belief system. So it's your belief system projected onto reality, you see, and that presents to you through thoughts and feelings. And one of the things, when you become a powerful creator, one of the things you learn is to separate your thoughts and feelings from what you apprehend, right? Because thoughts and feelings are distorted. They are actually not real. Yes, you feel them and you think them, that's real, but what they represent to you, what they insinuate to you, is actually distorted, right? And
So,
so on
what
the
is
other,
real?
we have a higher mode of awareness, which we call intuition, which
Mhm.
is outside of thoughts and feelings. And our access to that is innocence, which is in no sense outside thoughts and feelings. And it's an objective, version of reality based on our connection to everything through all time and space. It has a higher insight, into what we're about and what we're involved in. You see, and so if you're going to become a powerful creator, you're going to really need to understand and apply these understandings of awareness, and what are your lower versions of awareness and what are your higher versions of awareness, and be able to switch at will to intuition, which is your higher level, super conscious level of awareness, which is going to give you high grade information to operate on.
So when you say creators, like when I say creator, I think of creatives, meaning the artists, the poets, the musicians of the world. What are when you say creator? What do you mean?
It's an ability to manifest end results of your undertaking, whatever you seek to undertake. So whatever end result. So a creator is someone who consciously undertakes to manifest end results. To start with nothing, like a painter starts with a blank canvas, and by the end of it, they have a beautiful painting. Let's hope, if they're a good artist, right? And so that's a creator, and that fine art is just one version. The arts is one version of creating it, but it's if I set out to find myself a home and buy a home, that's a creation. You see, any undertaking, and being a creator in my language is consciously undertaking end results in a conscious, functional way that you will succeed at what you undertake, because there is a very empowered, functional way of achieving end results, and so that's what I mean by that.
Gotcha. So one of the ways I've heard people kind of express that in the past, I guess, is we're going to speak it into existence. We're going to think it into existence to create that thing that you want. I guess that's one way of looking at it, supposedly. Um, the things that you were talking about are absolutely fascinating. Yesterday, when we were in the green room, I could have talked to you forever and ever. Um, you are going to do something super special for the people that are watching this, and for hopefully up to 1 million people in the US. And you've got a course that you're going to give some people for free. Let's talk about that course.
Do you want me to talk about that? Yes.
Let's talk about how you're going to give it to
It
them.
all started in the pandemic. You see, when the pandemic struck, and I was telling you this yesterday, when the pandemic struck, none of us knew what was going on. I remember I said to you, we thought it was going to last a month. And I thought, wow, everyone's going to be freaked out for a month. What can I do? And I'll offer my basic empowerment program for free to whoever wants to do it. And the pandemic lasted a lot longer. And over the course of the pandemic, we gave away, we conducted my basic foundational empowerment course. We conducted it, and 22,000 people from 60 countries attended, and the results and the feedback was so phenomenal that myself and my team went, you know what? Let's keep it going. Let's give this away to 1 million people. So that's our aim, is to give it away to 1 million people. And what it is that it's basically a 2-day program that's taken online, that you can attend in times that suit yourself, where there are there's tutorials that you can watch on that. And then you actually attend live classes where you can practice the techniques and everything with trained facilitators, really well trained facilitators, stretched over a 2-week period, so that it's convenient, very convenient. And this is what we want to get out to 1 million people for free. And I'd be delighted if anyone here watching us, listening to us, comes and attends. And what this addresses is what we're talking about now, is the super conscious, intuitive development that enables you to be a very empowered creator. Because you see, you will not create powerfully unless you know yourself, and you know where the energy is in your consciousness and where you're coming from, all of that. And you will not know that without intuition. It's not something you can just derive with your thinking mind. It's something you've got to sink into at a deeper level. And this super conscious intuition, the 2-week training that I'm offering people to take advantage of and come and do it for absolutely free, is a really powerful. We're not psychics, and we're not training psychics. Although if that's what you want to do, you can do it. But I'm not kidding. If you come and do super conscious intuition, by the end of it, you'll be able to apply your intuition in a way that someone would think that you're a professional psychic. No problem.
There we go. Actually, I would like to be a professional gambler, and I believe my start
Well,
site
you know,
was.
I've got
That's
clients that are professional gamblers and they do very well. They're
all right.
hugely successful.
So as soon as they get kicked out of the gambling clubs, then you know they've been really, really good. So that is amazing, and I just love everything that you're talking about. I will definitely be there. I'm going to throw up this link again so people can see it. It's usa.naturalsuccess.io/free super consciousness, and there is no www in front of that.
No, there isn't. Get on board. It starts on the 21st of June, so that's this coming Tuesday, right?
Yep.
And there's an East Coast there's an East Coast structure and there's a West Coast. So whatever suits you. If you Central Time, book into the East Coast because you're just an hour difference. If you Mountain Time, book into West Coast, into Pacific Time because you're just an hour difference, right? So it can easily suit you. And those times really are just for the webinars because otherwise you're going to find a range of classes at all different times that will just suit you whenever it suits you to do a class. You can do a class and very easily over the course of 2 weeks most probably have the most profound training you're ever going to have in your life that is going to set you up with a foundation of the highest possible awareness that you can operate from in life.
I can't wait. I will definitely be in the class, and maybe we'll see some of the viewers there. And William, it's been amazing talking to you. I'm going to continue talking to you and pushing out what you're doing. So thank you very much. And hold on, we're going to end the show. I'll be right back with you.